Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I'm Dan Sheppard. The West Kentucky Stars have quite a few new faces this year. Last year we actually only have 3 returning players from last year, one of which actually sat out the entire season with an injury, so never stepped his foot on the floor. But another new face that we have this year is sitting right beside me today, the brand new head coach of the Stars, Coach Mike Chumbler. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you. You're in this seat today, though, some very tragic circumstances.
Right.
You've had actually an awful summer. I can't imagine going through the things that you have gone through this summer. But in a way, that has led you here into this position. Just tell our viewers about that.
Well, I helped Coach Potts before recruit, and he had asked me to sit on the bench before, and I never would because my son Cam, he passed away this summer, he was on the bench, and I never would coach anything other than AAU that he was on, simply because I didn't want anyone to think that anything he accomplished was because I was the coach. And when he passed away, I honestly wanted to step away from the game of basketball completely for a little while. But the people here, Coach Hill, Amy Elmore, everyone has been so great, Dr. Russell, and at his old school too, with Coach Sparks and Coach Johnson. And they all kind of said, you know, it's really not what you need to do. And for me to keep my sanity, basically, was to just immerse myself in it. Right. And that's what brought me here. And yeah, it was a rough summer, but I used Cam as a teaching point every single day. You know, he wasn't perfect, but he did things right. And if we can just, you know, inspire one kid to do a little better, then we'll be okay.
West Kentucky, they lost a great player. They lost a great point guard, great shooter, and a great leader out there. Tell us a little bit about Cam on the court and off the court.
Well, the thing about Cam was he impacted so many people way past basketball. And, you know, it was from every walk of life, and whether it was basketball players, parents, every bit of it. He was just, he made the world a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Something that Cam would certainly be proud of is that you guys, you're 2-0, and I see you guys playing with a lot of hustle, a lot of determination, just like he was known for. Tell us about your team this year.
They are, and you know, one thing, he's in heaven right now telling me, suck it up, you big sissy, you know, I mean, because Cam would run that mouth a little bit. And when we recruited this team, I would be lying if I didn't tell you I recruited a few of them because they had personalities similar to his.
Right. And
they do play hard, they do listen. DJ Washington hasn't been quiet since he got out of the car from Henderson, but it's all good stuff. It's nothing negative, and I can live with that. They play hard, they play fast. You always want the team to be a reflection of you, you know, and I think they are. I mean, I'm an old Marine, and they've got a toughness to them.
I've never known that.
Yes, sir. I was in Iraq twice.
Wow.
And but they
thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. But they make me proud. They do. So far, they've made me proud. Let's hope they continue.
Oh, they're making us all proud right now. What an awesome start. We're 2-0. We're going to talk about the first game of the season against Bethel when we come back. You are watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I'm Dan Sheppard, and with me again is Coach Mike Chumbler. Mike, last Thursday night, Bethel comes into Hall's Gymnasium. Didn't really know what to expect from Bethel. They put up a pretty good fight, though, against you.
They did. They wouldn't go away. Every time I thought we were going to blow the game away, they would make a little run, and we contributed to that some with some lapses.
Right. Here's the games rolling in. Joey's rolled it in for us. Let's see. Pablo Bianchi. Tell us about Pablo. What can he do for you?
Well, Pablo's a matchup nightmare. Pablo's a big, strong kid that if you put a small guy on him, he's going to post you up, and if you put a big guy on him, he's going to go around you. He's physical. He plays the game right.
What does he not do? I mean, he even edits the highlights for us. Is there anything he can't do?
Hey, he cooks pretty good too. He does it. He's a 4.0 student, so he's doing something right.
Right. There's Jake Williams on the break. Jake Williams, he's a transfer for you. What does Jake Williams bring to this team?
One of the best shooters in the country. I'll tell people, Jake may not be the best basketball player in the country, but Jake can shoot with anybody in the country.
Right.
And look at that. That's just, and it's not just a three-pointer. He's got the mid-range game too.
Right, and that's something I was going to point out about Pablo. Has that mid-range game, and Jake too, but that's something you don't see many kids in this country really that have nowadays. It's either they can shoot the three, they can drive to the basket, but that mid-range is a
three
missing.
or a dunk.
Yeah.
You watch ESPN and it's a three or a dunk.
Mm-hmm. That adds so much to your game.
Well, Jake opens up everything for everyone else, and we'll be in practice and have a 3-on-1 fast break, and they'll pass out to Jake for a three. And I really don't mind that because him shooting an open three is about a 90% shot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if he comes across half court, he's got the green light pretty much.
If he's open and he's probably 6'3.5", 6'4", and doesn't need a lot of room.
Right.
That's a great pass ahead by Kevin.
What a move there by Andy there. I thought for sure when I saw that he was going to pass it back out for the three-point shot or for the mid-range jumper, and he completely fooled me and attacked the basket.
Well, that was a great finish by DJ right there.
Right. Yeah, what does DJ, what does he bring to this team?
That little bit of toughness. Well, not a little, but a lot of toughness. And he's quick. Him and Anthony are as quick as anybody out there.
That's a great interior pass right there from the big man.
DJ is a great rebounder out of the guard position. Very unselfish.
Another three by Jake. Jake, though, and Pablo, they got into a little bit of foul trouble in the first half, so they didn't get to play a tremendous amount in the second half, and that hurts you quite a bit, honestly, and Bethel's able to stay in this game.
Jake had 27 points and probably played 25 minutes because of foul trouble.
That's unreal.
Strong move by Keel.
I don't think he can not have a strong move. That guy is a monster.
Great pass by Jake. Good finish. Yeah, there was another one, another little mid-range pull-up by Anthony.
Right. Some of the games changed this year with a 30-second shot clock, but I don't think that's going to affect you guys.
I don't think
whatsoever.
I think we've been close to a violation one time in 2 games. I think it got under 10 one time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think I saw it dip below 10.
And that's our whole motive is if we can get in there and attack it before they set up, then we did okay.
There's Jake with another three there, way outside. Pablo, he's also an excellent rebounder. I don't know. It seems like he finds a way to get to the ball there, and he went coast to coast there.
He had 6 rebounds that game and didn't play a lot because of foul trouble.
Right.
That's very unselfish by Anthony.
That's what I'm seeing a lot out of your team. We've got a lot of unselfish players.
They are. We don't have a selfish player on the team. They all play well together. There's DJ. That's it.
You're talking about what a rebounder he was.
He really is.
Tough shot there by Kilder, but there's Mr. Johnson there to clean up on the boards. What does he bring to you? That right there is what he brings.
Yeah, he brings that 6'8" guy that can jump.
He did that so effortlessly too.
Well,
right
and
there.
he can. I mean, if it ever clicks, he's going to be dangerous. And right now, he's doing a good job. He's filling the role that he can fill, and he's improving every day.
He's super athletic.
Oh,
he just needs a few more basketball skills to develop.
And I think he will. He works hard, and where he was and where he is night and day. That's great defense.
Yeah, it's good defense right here.
Those two together can cause havoc.
Leads another unselfish play leads to a dunk.
And that's something I was glad to see Andy do, was run the floor. And I've told those big guys, if you run the floor, you're going to get dunks.
Right.
And he did a good job running the floor.
There's a play, I don't think it's in this game, but it's in the next game, but there's one play when both of them I'm just so impressed with, because both of them are on the lead on running down the floor, which is something you don't see a lot of big men do. Because, well, one thing, the big men are usually under the goal and they have to run a little farther to get down there, but it's just good to see. Good to see.
Ben did a great job there getting the rebound and passing ahead there. But Ben had 7 rebounds that game.
Wow, wow. Final score is 98-84 in that game. You pleased with that first game?
Offensively, defensively, no. You know, we gave up 84 points.
Right.
The good thing is we scored 98. You know, but we have to do a lot better job defensively.
I tell you what. Of course, we cut all this out. We only show our highlights, but I thought there was a lot of backdoor cuts that Bethel had against you.
They killed us backdoor. I bet they scored 85% of their points in the paint, and there weren't any dunks. They were all layups, and just backdoors. Like
but I thought you did a lot better job containing at least the backdoor cut in the next game against Kentucky Wesleyan.
They may just not have a backdoored as much.
They may not have thought about it.
I don't know if we contained it or they didn't do it as much.
They obviously didn't watch
They didn't see that film.
Right. All right, Coach, we will talk about Kentucky Wesleyan when we come back. You are watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I am Dan Sheppard, and with me once again is Coach of the Stars, Mike Chumbler. Mike, welcome back in. First of all, talk about the Kentucky Wesleyan game. I want to thank Dallas McKinney, who stepped up and help us with the ball game, did some play-by-play for us.
He did a great job. I watched the replay, and he did a great job, and I appreciate him stepping in.
Right. So Kentucky Wesleyan, they come all the way here from Owensboro. Had a little bit of trouble getting here, but they found their way in here finally. And tell us a little bit about Kentucky Wesleyan.
Well, I got to see them play a few times last year, and I knew they would be athletic. They have a few kids from Christian County and Hopkinsville and University Heights, which I knew they would be more like we were, which could be good and could be bad. But I knew they'd be athletic. We have 10 deep. We have 10 that way.
Right. Yeah. You
That helps us.
You don't miss much when you go to your bench.
No.
And you showed that a little bit you went to a platoon system in this game for a little while.
Right, and that really wasn't planned. It was just one of those things that we saw we could do it.
Right.
And we could wear them down with it. So we did. And we won't do that very often.
Right. We talked earlier about it being unselfish, and that play right there is just another example of how unselfish this team is.
They really are.
Just willing to give it up so that their teammates can score.
That's a great pass ahead by DJ. Good job by Chandler to run the floor. Not a good job running back down.
I think the referee tripped him on the way back.
So he would have fell anyway. Good rebound by Andy.
Really
now,
good.
I wish he would have gone back up and said,
yeah, you're right there in the paint.
Do that.
Right there in the paint. Why not just go back up with
He's
that?
6'7" and can jump over everyone out there.
I think it's just a little confidence thing. He just needs just a little bit of confidence, and he can do a little bit more of that right there.
And that was a good job by both of the bigs to run the floor.
Yeah, that's
there.
the play I was talking about there, where both of them run the floor all the way down. Very impressive. Mr. Kimbler with a 3.
And he can shoot that.
He can.
He is a good shooter.
I know Kenny gives him a lot of trouble on TV, but I've seen him shoot. He can shoot that ball out there. And a lot like Jake Williams, when you can shoot out there, it opens up your inside game.
Oh, by all means. Yeah, and everything we do is predicated on driving the basketball. Good job.
There's one of Jake's rare misses.
Good pass by Kevin. There's Pablo. Pablo's just strong on that. That's a great pass ahead by him. And Anthony Lee can run by a whole lot of people.
Yeah, he is lightning quick.
Good pass by Kilo. Another good pass by him. That's just,
And another
there's
good
three
pass.
good passes right there. That's exactly what you were talking about.
Right.
There's the pass. And that's what we tell them. If they score, forget it. Let's just get it and go.
They counted that basket, goaltending.
There's Pablo with another rebound.
Pablo comes coast to coast and pulls up on that little short jumper there. Just a great job by Pablo. I didn't realize what a good ball handler he was going to be. I thought he was more like I guess he is probably a natural 3 position or.
Pablo?
Yeah, but he can certainly handle the ball.
And he's worked hard on his ball handling too. And that right there will make a lot of offenses look good. That's a good job by Pablo being in the lane.
He gets to throw it down on the other
And
end.
I wish all of them that can do that would do that just to be sure.
That's one of those big man moves I was talking about right there. That
That's
is
a good
great move.
Use the left hand.
Pretty good lead at halftime. You had 59-37, and unlike in the Bethel game, you guys just kept pushing it out.
I told them at halftime I wanted the 100 points and I wanted to limit them offensively to what they did. Well, we got the 100 points.
Mm-hmm. You did.
We didn't limit them offensively to what they could do.
No.
Good job by Kevin by pushing the basketball.
In a game like this, when it's a runaway, how do you keep your kids focused on their job without just being a little lax out there?
You have to set little goals throughout the game. You want to hold the other team to this or that. That's a monster done by Pablo.
That's crazy. He got up.
That was a great pass by Anthony too, though.
Mm-hmm. Obviously a designed play out of bounds. It was good. Nice job drawing that up.
Well, there's 3 or 4 options out of that.
We won't tell what those options are, so don't give anything away.
Good job
Pablo
running the
again.
floor.
Pablo, I mean, such a good job communicating too out there. For somebody whose English is a second language to them, he's one of your best communicators out on the floor.
Well, and Kilo is too.
Yeah, both of those guys.
That's the one thing that stood out to me through 2 games is Kilo's defense has been excellent.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can imagine. I mean, I wouldn't want to go around Kilo.
No, I wouldn't want to go up next to Kilo. That's a great job with Zach.
Everybody's getting back.
Yeah,
Everybody.
and that's all 5 were back. And that's what we have to have the way we play. Good job by DJ.
And there he is hitting that
There he is.
three-pointer
Where's
again.
Ken Dickerson?
There you go.
No.
Yeah. There's video evidence right there. And then that gives him that play right there because he shoots so well outside, he can then attack the basket.
And having Zach out there is like having another coach on the floor. His basketball IQ is unreal.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Got a pretty good lead here with 11 minutes to go.
There's DJ again, that rebound.
That's the shot I was talking about. Few people in this country develop. So that shot right there.
That's a good
That's
pass
an
by Jay.
amazing pass. He really got fouled on that shot. He should have went to the free throw line.
He was going to dunk it there, and he got fouled.
They didn't call it though. But sometimes when you got a big lead, the refs let little things go.
Yeah, I've already told them it's too early in the season to complain too much.
Oh no!
About that 30th game, they'll hear a lot. But good job, Andy.
No, that's one thing the refs have. I thought they've done a really good job.
They've
the
done
first
a
couple
good
games.
job.
That's a tough three-point shot right there.
He doesn't
He
need
had
much space.
He had somebody in his face, and he's almost fading away there from well beyond the three-point line.
Same deal there.
Kevin Welch getting down the floor.
He did a good job. Kevin's played well through 2 games.
Kevin
Good
works.
defense
He
right
works
there.
really hard. He's come a long way since the beginning of the season last year.
Well, he's the one that, unless he was working, he was at every workout we had this summer.
So there's your final score, 113-83. You're pleased with the 113, not too pleased with the 83.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, Coach. We just got a few minutes left in this show,
Okay.
so we're going to keep it right here, and we're going to preview. You guys are going to have to travel to Bethel coming up.
Right.
So you've seen Bethel once already. What do you know what to expect? What are they going to expect from you? Preview that game for us.
I'm sure they're going to expect us to run a lot, which we will run a lot, and unless the roof falls in, we will run a lot. They're going to try to backdoor us a lot, and if I watch the film on us, I try to backdoor us a lot.
Right,
too.
that worked really well for them.
Right,
So.
and they really executed well. They're well coached. We worked all day yesterday on shell drill and rebounding. And they looked good, and they communicated a lot better, and hopefully we've adjusted some. And if we hadn't, we'll work a whole lot more on shell drill and a lot more on rebounding. But it's a very coachable group of kids. So, I think they'll be okay.
And then Saturday, you've got probably your toughest team coming in on the season, Southeastern Illinois College. And that game has a time change, and I assume you'll change it because of Halloween, but it's a 1 p.m. start for
Right.
that now.
Their coach said they had some kind of prior commitment, wanted to know if we'd move it up, and no problem. We moved it to 1.
Right. So 1 o'clock is a good time. What can we expect from Southeastern Illinois?
They'll be a lot like us, maybe a little bigger than us. They do go 6'8", 6'7", 6'7", 6'6", and they're like us from all over the country.
Right.
It should be an exciting game. We'll have to come to play, that's for sure.
Right, and I hope it's an exciting game. I know it will be, and you can tune in if you can't for some reason make it out to Hawes Gymnasium on Saturday. Watch on Channel 2, watch on the internet, watch on Facebook, watch on YouTube, watch on Twitter, all those things. We're everywhere, so find us on those places. I want to thank WKNT Sports out of Mayfield for picking us up again this year. They're playing that all over West Kentucky and all over Western Tennessee.
That's great.
I want to thank our TV crew, Joey Skaggs, Tom Butler, Brad Abernathy, Colin Buckingham, Mark Hogsett's a volunteer that's been working hard for us. Thank all those guys. And Pablo Bianchi, I know I've talked about him the whole show, but my goodness, the guy even edits the highlights for us.
Hey, he's a 4.0 student and a great kid.
Right, and then our IT department helped us out a bunch this year. Randall Joyce and Monty Wellington, they got our stream going over there. And
I really appreciate that.
Done a great job. And Amy Elmore, of course, she's done a lot of work for us.
Amy does everything.
So thanks for being on the show, Coach. Good first show. Got 2 wins down, and I guess the rest of them to go, and we'll be.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about a couple more next week.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope so. It's been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. You have been watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly.